Hey guys, time for a channel update, one that I've been meaning to do for a little while. As of now, this will probably be uploaded tomorrow, which is Monday the 8th. As of now, I'm on holiday. Um, Now, videos haven't been progressing overly smoothly the last couple of weeks. That's due to a couple reasons, mainly. The first reason is for the last half of this week, my internet's been really bad. I've phoned the company and they've looked into it and it's being fixed. It's certainly been running better today than it has been. So that's kind of good news. The other main reason, this has been quite a tough year for me. The first month has been, at least anyway. Some of you may know this from my Facebook page and things, but I actually broke up with my girlfriend. Yeah, kind of broke down rapidly around Christmas time for reasons that I'm not going to go into. So that's had like a huge impact on me. Now, I'm 29 and I was with her for 13 years. So, yeah, it's kind of a big deal. It's not one of these, we're with her for 6 months and then broke up, blah, 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 blah. Like, literally, my entire adult life, I was with her since I was 16. So, yeah, to say it's like a radical change is an understatement. Um, yeah, I don't really know what more to say about that, to be honest, but I've been sorting out a lot of stuff to do with that, so getting videos up has kind of been pushed to the side a little bit. However, it's not all doom and gloom. There are positives to this, as there always is in every event. I want to start focusing more on the channel. I mean, I'm kind of, I guess I have a lot more time now. Um, I'm gonna do a lot of things this year that I've been putting off for a long time. Um, I've just got an artist to design the tattoos that I've been putting off for a long time. I'm going to start my driving lessons again, which I actually stopped when I was 16, mainly because I got really angry and smashed my car up with my bare hands. Yeah, yeah, that was kind of that for my driving lessons. Um, so it's one of those things that I've always been tempted to get back into. Well, driving is pretty essential. Let's be honest. So that's on the cards. Tattoos on the cards. Also, I used to be really into photography and photo editing and image manipulation and all that kind of stuff. And that's another thing that I haven't really done for like 3 years. So I actually took my camera out of the bag the other day, and I was just like sitting on the sofa looking at it for an hour. It's just like, huh, I guess it's time to be me again. So I'm gonna go get back into that as well. Now, this is my favorite hobby, of course, YouTube. It has been pretty much for the last 2 years, and nothing's gonna change there. Hopefully, things are only going to improve from here on out, because I say hopefully, there should be less background noise and all that kind of stuff. Um, yeah, the only thing that's kind of annoying is really every time I look around, like my front room, it's just fucking memories and shit, and tell you what, guys, man, it fucking sucks. Yeah, I don't want this to be like, oh, poor me and all the rest of it video, because But yeah, it's been tough, and this is an update, as I said, that I've been wanting to make for 3 weeks at least, but it's not an easy subject to really talk about. Um, but there are some interesting things that I do want to kind of change about the channel. I'm still going to aim, not promise, but aim for 2 videos a day. I always want to have a horror game running and something else. So something else could be pretty much anything. Also, and I've said this many times, that I'm thinking about getting into live streaming, and I'm still thinking about it. It's certainly easier now than it's ever been before. So maybe I can sort out a schedule. I want to do a couple of streams this week. I don't know when I'm going to do them. And I want to do more multiplayer stuff too. I've been playing Arma 3 with my friends, and oh god, is that just now? Arma 3, right? I don't like the okay. I don't like it as such. As a single player game, it's really boring. That's just me. I mean, if you like it, sure, no worries. But when you throw 3 idiots, for instance, into a tank that don't know what they're really doing, it's just funny, man. And I actually uploaded a test video. I did a test recording. It would, by the time this goes up, the video would have gone up yesterday. So I'm hoping to make this into a new series. Now, I don't know whether it's going to be weekly or whatever. Who knows? It'll probably be whenever we have time to record. Unfortunately, my microphone didn't record. I don't know why. I think I know why it didn't. And also, this brings me to another thing. Now, I haven't done a Shenmue 3, Christ, I wish, Shenmue 2 video since the 4th of this month, I believe. And that's mainly because of the reasons that I've already explained. Internet and just stuff. But I did record one today. However, the mic commentary didn't record again. I don't know why. I have the file, but the file is corrupt. Unfortunately, I cannot go back and reload the save because we've saved over it. By we, I of course mean me. I don't like doing post commentary, so I think I'm just going to upload the video as is. I apologize, but there's nothing I can really do about it, sadly. I hate it when a game gives you limited save slots, but that's the way it is. Now, after Resident Evil 0, we are going to play Alien Isolation, a game that I'm actually really looking forward to. It's going to be blind, of course. I haven't really played any of it before, so looking forward to that. Now, this is also going to be the year of Silent Hill. We're going to be playing a lot of Silent Hill, if we get the time. You know, you think a year's a long time, but trust me, it's not. I would like to do all the Silent Hill games this year. There's also some interesting horror games coming out this year as well. I did look up an IGN, I think it's like the top 16 horror games coming out this year. 10 of them at least look garbage. I'm not going to lie. However, some of them look interesting. I also still want to play Soma. I've heard of the Amnesia games, and I've been told they're quite good. In fact, my mate Rich is always banging on to me about how good the Amnesia games are. So, yeah, maybe in time. It's supposed to be really scary. That sounds like a challenge to me, because games don't scare me. Which is, as I've said in my previous videos, I don't know why people like watching me do horror games, because I'm not sitting in the corner crying and crapping myself. I don't know, maybe that's why. So yeah, we're going to get through some of those. There are also some other games. I do want to do the Condemned series. Condemned Criminal Origins was actually a fantastic game. I haven't decided whether I'm going to do the PC version or other. We'll have to wait and see. Now, Condemned 2, I believe, only came out on the 360, possibly PS3 as well. Not sure, so we'll do the console version of that. Now, I did say when we stopped recording... what was that? Fallout, that we will go back to it. And we will. We will in time. I just need a good break from that because... there's a lot of bad memories associated with that game. I was playing that during the time actually when things really kind of fell apart, and for a while that game was my escape from all the bullshit. So I'm not in a huge rush to get back to that, but like I said, we started it, we'll finish it. Also, the XCOM games have to be done. I've seen the new XCOM. XCOM 2, at this point it's already out, I believe. I'm not sold on it, to be honest. To be honest, I wasn't a massive fan of the original. Not the original. Fucking love the original. When they reimagined XCOM, what was it, 2013 or whatever it was? I don't know. I liked it. I would say for me that was like one of gaming's biggest disappointments of the year. I cannot explain to you guys the hype I had around that game, and to me it came out and it was just this is it. They stripped that game so far back, it was literally not really XCOM anymore. There's actually a game called Xenonauts, which is an indie game, and that is a lot more XCOM than the new XCOM was. So when I was looking at XCOM 2, when they first announced it, I was like, yeah, sure, I'm going to buy this day one, no worries. And then the more of it I saw, I was just like, you know what? I don't know why, but I'm just so not interested in this. I don't know, it just didn't have the magic. I mean, I don't know how much XCOM you guys have seen, but XCOM Terror from the Deep is an interesting game. It's basically the same as the first game, except 100 times harder, longer, and more complicated. So Terror from the Deep is a bit... I like it. I've got the most nostalgia with that game because I used to rent it constantly on my PlayStation 1 as a kid. Now, and then they did XCOM Apocalypse, I believe. And seriously, guys, XCOM Apocalypse... yes, that, for me, I think if I had to choose one, if I had to, a gun to my head and I had to choose a favourite XCOM game, has to be XCOM Apocalypse. We will get to that at some point because it's one of my favourite games of all time. Now, then they did XCOM Interceptor, which was very, very different. It was all set in space, and you had to build space stations. And instead of having soldiers to fight with, you had squadrons of interceptors. Now, when it came out, that game did really poorly. It sold 50,000 copies, I think, which, if you know anything about game sales and stuff, that's financial suicide. If you spend a lot of time making a AAA game, you sell 50,000 copies, you're bankrupt. So, yeah, I mean, that game was great as well. Again, it's not a brilliant game. A lot of people don't like it, but I have such nostalgia for that game. So we're definitely going to do that. Armour, definitely want to do. Horror games, yes. Now, as for new games coming out, I can't really think of any that I'm that interested in at the moment. There are a few, not many. There's a few, but I can't really think of them. So I think I'm just going to work through my backlog. As I've said, when it comes to backlogged videos to record for LPs, I've got hundreds. Yeah, the list just grows constantly. I'm thinking about getting rid of some of them, to be honest, and kind of more focusing on the horror, because that seems to be what everybody wants. And although I'm not dictated by what people want, I really enjoy playing horror games. I've almost challenged myself to play a scary one. One game people have said that is really scary is Outlast. Now, Outlast came out on the PS4 and it was free. And I remember I sat down and I played it from beginning to end in one sitting. I didn't find it that scary. I got a big jump very early on in the game when you go through a doorway and a body falls on you. That made me jump. But this comes into my personality a little bit. As soon as I was being chased by naked guys, that was it. I couldn't take the game seriously anymore. I just found that hilarious. But apparently they are making an Outlast 2, so I'm looking forward to that. There are some FPS games that I'd like to play, like Aliens versus Predator and things like that. I haven't played them, but I love the Aliens universe. I've heard Colonial Marines. I mean, who hasn't heard Colonial Marines? Has been absolutely panned across the board. But I do kind of think I would like to play that as well. I have considered renaming my channel and completely rebranding everything as well. But I did kind of put that to my Facebook followers, if you want to call them Facebook followers, whatever. Now, they kind of all said they like the Sega fan Mokia, so that's fine. We'll stay with that. It's no problem. I mean, when I first started YouTube, I didn't think I would be doing it for very long. I certainly didn't think it was going to become the biggest hobby of my life. That's for damn sure. Yeah, it's been that one thing that I've done that I stick to and comes before anything else. And I really can't tell you why either. It's all I think about all the time, and it's what I like doing. So we're gonna definitely be hitting the channel pretty hard, but I was considering renaming the channel. Now, when I first chose the Sega Fan 1986, this was before I even started LPing, so a good couple of years actually before I started LPing, so that it was just my account name. And I remember I made it when I was going back through a big Sega fan, like full-on fanboy mode, going back through a lot of old Sega games and having a lot of fun. Playing a lot of two-player stuff with the Now X, which kind of makes me think, So I have thought about it. I have thought about rename. Also, Sega Fan 1986, I always find it's very, I don't know how to say it. It doesn't give you an idea of what the channel's about. People will jump on board thinking, oh, this guy plays nothing but Sega games, which is completely untrue. In fact, I didn't really play that many Sega games. I've kind of fallen out of love with Sega over the last few years, as pretty much every old school Sega fan has. But I did think about renaming to Phoenix Gaming or Phoenix Entertainment, something like that. Phoenixes have always kind of been my thing. I've drawn up logos and things as well. Only very rough stuff. But, you know, let me know what you think. I'm almost certain I'm going to stay with Sega Fan because that seems to be what everyone identifies with, which is fine. That's fine. It was just a thought. Anyway, guys, I think this has been my longest update ever by far. And to be honest, I could go on, but it's kind of put me in a bit of a shitty mood, really. But you guys had to know. You had to know what's going on, why videos were being missed and stuff. It was unfair to not say anything, but now you know anyway. So, okay, guys, thanks for listening. I'll see you in the next video.